Well, I guess Jason Todd said it the best. Titans are back, baby. NERDSoul. Late LK at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, coming with another wonderful episode of On Screen. We're gonna get started. There's so much to say about a show that the first 2 episodes or so I was like, and now at the first episode of the second season, I am fully invested and I can't get enough of Titans. Now, before we get everything going, I wanna see where you guys are at about this statement. This episode is more of the finale of season 1 than it is the premiere of season 2. For me, at least. When I was watching this, I was like, so did they mix up the schedule? Because this definitely seems like the finale. This seems like a finale and an epilogue for season 1. Now, with that said, I dug it. And here's what I dug about it. First, the interaction, and we've talked about this in season 1, the interaction between the heroes seems genuine. The references to each other, how they get along or don't get along, is something that I really dig the whole time. Seeing Donna, Starfire, seeing Jason and Hank, and it's these different relationships and I guess histories between these heroes, or I guess non-history, because Hank doesn't really know Jason like that. But even the statement from Donna, like, what is this and why is it wearing Robin's suit? Those kind of things really just bring a lot of depth for me. But with that out the way, I do like this episode kind of picks up exactly where we left off. There isn't no time jump, nothing weird that we got to figure out, or they be like, this is 6 months later, and then they go and tell us anything that happened like 3 episodes from now. No, it starts off right where we left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess moments after, which is something that I dig. I dig the playing with the house and the creepiness, kind of like the factor of like the hallway getting long. I like the fact that Gar was with her the whole time, kind of like always had her back, showed his affinity for her, his emotion for her, you know what I'm saying, his affection for her. And that's something that I really dig, especially in such a crazy world. They're gonna need that connection. And I really thought that came through dope. Also, the playing with the minds was something that was ultra cool. At first I was thinking this is gonna get kind of old and tired, but seeing how everyone's fear or everyone's fall was so different, and it also kind of gave us a look into that hero or those heroes, it meant a lot. And I thought it was done very well, and it was kind of handled in a way that wasn't cheesy. Now, with that being said, once again, it just felt like this is the finale. Like, this is the real finale for season 1. So real quick before the break, the broken heart thing is something that at first I was like, is this a metaphor? And we find out this thing is straight up on some Indiana Jones literal stuff. Like, old boy just reached deep up in her chest and grabbed out the heart. And now we see, of course, she gets the gem, and I guess it unlocks another level for her because Trigon need that so he can get McNasty or whatever. Trigon could have looked corny. In some ways, it looked like, he wasn't super there. And I mean, we know it's a made up character, thing on the screen. But it looked a lot better than I would have expected it to. I wasn't mad at it. The movement, the way they handled like the depth of field with the camera when they showed the creature, I was like, you know what? All right, DCU, I see you. I see you. And the last thing I'll touch on is the moment when Beast Boy gets beat down by the rest of the heroes. That was tough to watch. It was crushing, really. Just seeing the way they attacked him was wild. I mean, it's one of those scenes where you think that maybe they're gonna stop. Maybe one of them will snap out of it. And the beating just keeps coming and coming. And painful to watch. I mean, in a good way, it's gripping television, but it's just, you feel so bad for him because he's a kid, you know what I'm saying? But then, of course, seeing how he shed his skin and got out of the snake, that was smooth. That was real smooth. Now we got a whole bunch of the epilogue stuff. Yes, the epilogue, because that's kind of what this episode had. But first, KURO Brand's gonna help us pay them bills.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Kwanzaa Sajafo, creator of Black, the comic that asks, what if only black people had superpowers? And this is NERDSoul.
Oh, yeah, check that link below. Hats, shirts, hoodies, all that jazz. And once you find something you like, of course, cop it. Now, let's talk Deathstroke. All right, I'll be for real. The thing that hit me as super duper cliche is the whole like man out in the woods, washing his face, looking all gruff and everything like he ain't ate a meal that was actually prepared. He just been eating out of like soup cans and then cause at first I was mad about that. Then the old boy saw Jason Ty, he was like, oh no, they didn't. Oh no, they didn't. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, word, he got money. All right, cool. Even though I know Deathstroke gotta be hardcore, but let's be for real. If anyone had a place like that, would you really choose to live out there in the wilderness? Like, I guess maybe you got to do that to keep your killer up. See, that's how you keep your killer instinct is you don't be taking the money, like have the money. You know what I'm saying? Not saying be broke. Have the money, but just put it like in a bank, like in a safe place, maybe like a Cayman. And then you go to the wilderness, like the Adirondacks, and you live off the land. Like just eat wild fish, crazy. Like you ain't got no sense. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe that's how you keep because Deathstroke is not, the Terminator, Slade, whatever you want to call him. He is not a whack character. Maybe that's how he always kept his physical up. Well, actually we know he has the ability to control like all of his body like perfectly. But you also got to keep that up. Like you can't just control everything and just be slouching around. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your mental sharp. So seeing that side of him and then seeing the rich part come through, I was like, oh, snap. And then the dude was like, we going back to work. And I'm like, oh boy, because you know what that means. Now, before we move off of Deathstroke real quick, the code to get into his basement was 5639. Holla at me if that means anything, because I never really read a lot about Deathstroke. I saw him fight against Batman, saw him fight against Nightwing, seen him fight against the Teen Titans, but I never really cared about him in like his own books. I know he has his own books, but I never really cared too much past that. I'ma be real. But the moment with, switching along, the moment with Raven and her crazy evil daddy provides a good thing that I like, which is long-term villains. Because it doesn't seem like Trigon is dead. She just pushed him into another dimension or back where he came from. So now we got, a looming threat that could come back in like season 4 or something. But right now, he's done. So I like the fact that they didn't just kill him off, because a lot of shows and movies will kill somebody super fast. It's like, no, we need someone who could be a looming threat or that can come and be dangerous season 3 or season 4 down the line. And, we'll never know. We'll be like, oh, snap, we forgot all about you, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what bad guys do best. They wait until they be like, oh, they sleeping on me. And then they'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Well, kind of like that. Not exactly. I figured Trigons will be a little bit more dangerous, but something to that effect. Last thing I'll touch on before I get out is the casting of Bruce Wayne. That's something I thought we would never, ever get. Like, for real, I never thought we were going to see Bruce Wayne in this show. So the casting of him was cool. Seeing the conversation between essentially son and father was very interesting, especially knowing their history, what they've been to each other, what they've done to each other, what they've said to each other, or at least the idea of that history is really good. And then, of course, seeing the Titans Tower is just dope for me. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This episode, even though this is the season 1 finale, because this is not a premiere, I love it. I'm excited. And this may be one of the biggest turnarounds for me, because the first 2 episodes, y'all remember, if y'all go back and watch, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm feeling this like this, but now I'm in. So holla at me, I'm gonna holla at you. Down in them comments, let's talk Titans. I'm excited. How you feeling? And before we get out of here, gotta tell you to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right, check me out right there, all my videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. Don't forget to get one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right, there's no better way that I can show people that you like what you are watching. So, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Please be good to each other. And remember, you can't flame out at nighttime. Peace.